it's Justin, the Snap-on Junkie. How the fuck are you guys doing today? So today, we're bringing this little project. We're going to be working on the Western Star. The first thing we got to fix is this cruise control thing here. So we got to take the shifter apart, and while we're doing that, we're going to add something special for my driver that he's been asking for. So we're going to fix this cruise control, and then we got to take the air conditioning condenser off. I got another air conditioning condenser. I put an evaporator in it earlier in the week. I didn't record that because we were focused on getting the truck back running. This thing stopped running in the middle of the night with 25 ton of asphalt on it as usual. So we had a huge tow bill and we had to get the asphalt off. Luckily we got all that handled. So then there was some problems with the ECU. A wire ended up being off. It took a couple hours diagnosing to try to figure that out. But anyway, like I said, so this is just kind of the tail end of it. Hopefully the condenser's got a hole in it. That fixes the air conditioning problem. We can get it charged up and hopefully that works. I don't think it's going to. I think it needs a temperature control switch inside, but you know, they say no, I say yes. We're gonna find out who's right. So anyway, we'll get you moved up in here. I thought I'd show you guys, you know, me working on shit today, just something different. We'll see how, you know, how long this is gonna take. You know, I got all my tools on my little cart here, and so let's get right into this and see what the fuck, you know, what kind of damages we can do here. So, all right, guys, I don't know if you could see this, but we're gonna be working on this side of the transmission here. Alrighty, guys, so what I did is I took the 4 screws out that hold the shifter boot in. Now we gotta find out where these plugs are here for okay. I don't really like this because it's not going to work out like we thought. The aftermarket one, or the other one, has this clip on it here, and I can't honestly see it. So let's first of all get air lines off of it. Shit. Got to get air out of the system. Well, we'll let this air drain out. We'll be back. Okay, guys. I'm gonna take the shifter off here. And I need this nut off here. Okay, we got those 2 there. We'll just set that there. This comes up off. And what we're gonna do is just pull this boot up off there. Pull this boot up off. I don't know why we have that one. Now I gotta look down in here. Oh, what? In the fucking fuck. This fucking thing run right in the ECU. God damn it. Okay. This is not good. Separate this one. Okay. Now, let's clean this up here. that wire runs down into the air. Fuck me. Okay, guys. What we're going to have to do is, I finally got this thing off, and yeah, it's a little crusty, so out with that. Now what we got to do is, this boot's got to go back down in there, and we got to pull some shit through it. Okay. Alright, now what we want to do here is we got to go get the special thing, because what we're going to do is zip tie this stuff all nice and neat to here. We got to get that first, and then we can slide this down and connect all these wires. So let me go get some zip ties here. I just had to take a minute to figure out what we were going to do. But this system is a little bit different than the other ones. I got the wires matched up here, so I know what it goes, and I'll explain that to you when we get into that part. Alrighty guys, as you can see, my driver wanted a taller gear shifter. So it normally stops right about there, and he wanted it to go all the way up there. So what I'm going to show you now here is, sorry all this shit's in the fucking way. I'm trying to figure out how to film this. So what I'm going to do is connect up all these wires and all this shit. I'm just going to use you know, regular connectors and things like that, just because, you know, it'll be okay. It's only cruise control, really. I thought about doing that plug, but it's connected to the top of the transmission, and as we all know, I'm too fat to get underneath that motherfucker to fix that. So I don't want to just have the thing dangling out in free space. So I got to get this stuff kind of all wrapped up, and I already see one mistake that I made that I got to correct. But that's what we're doing here, is just trying to get these, you know, get the cruise control working, and then we'll go out and try the air conditioning next. Okay guys, so I fixed my mistake down there on the floor. Now what I'm going to do is get ready and put the gear shifter back on and get the airlines hooked up and all that shit. It takes a little bit of time to get this thing right. So what it has is, I'm sure everybody knows, it's this little thing, and then, okay, so then I like to put it up here in gear, and it just has this little double nut system. Okay, alrighty, now what we got to do is get these airlines. Now I kind of want it to be, you know, you don't want to look at the airlines right here, you know. So what we're going to do is cut these fuckers off, and then we're just going to trim back a little bit of this heat shrink here. Okay, now what we got to do is go get some heat shrink to put back over that, so when we put these fittings on there, we got it looking nice and neat here, because that's what we're about. So Alrighty guys, we're back. So now what we need to do is we need to get 3 lines. So we're going to put black to black here, and then we're going to run it down here. Shit. Okay, we got that over there. Now we need to get an estimate on these. Perfect. So we'll cut 3 equal length pieces of this tubing. Get all this shit out of the way. Now what we got to do is run these down through this. Okay, now what we got to do is, let's just heat shrink these real quick. Okay, so now that we got that like that, we need to figure out, I want to do it this way. Fuck. It's hard to shoot repair videos, guys. It ain't easy. Okay, so now that we got that like that, now we gotta so we're gonna put this one to black. Okay. Okay, there's that one. Now, blue we'll do next, or we'll do red. There goes blue. So we got that on there. Now what we can do is lift this up. Okay, and we're going to put 1 screw in this, just to hold her. Okay, now that we got the air lines hooked up, so we can slide this Reichum back over here so we don't see any of this brass here, you know. And we'll heat shrink this. Alrighty. Okay, now we'll get this zip tied out of the way here. Once this cools off just a little bit, we'll just put a little bit around there just to hold her. Alrighty guys, let's see here, this is the blue one. Okay, so we got this in here, and we're just gonna, you know, quick disc, or, you know, coupling these motherfuckers together. I think that would be the best way. You know, I love these ratchet style containers here. Okay, let's see. This is the yellow one. So we know we go blue, yellow, here we go. So that's blue, yellow. This is the orange. Okay, and this one, this one should be green, but I can't see it on there, so I'm going to have to, we're just going to guess. We're going to go with this one first. Okay, now we're going to find the green, because we know that this one's blue, yellow, orange, green here. So here's the green one. Okay, now what color is this one? That is blue. So you gotta find the blue one here. That's this one. Let's put this one. Oh shit, we'll save that blue one to last because I don't like that. Okay, now we'll heat shrink this stuff again. Okay guys, now let's see if it works. Let's start this thing up. Oh. That is what we call success. We got cruise control, fellas. So my driver will be happy about that. Okay, so now let's just go through and we need that and that. Let's see, we don't need that. Get all this crap out of here. Now, you know, we got cruise control. So what we'll do is pull that up like that. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am a stickler for having all the zip ties going the same way. Don't ask me fucking why, but this little anal thing. So we'll come up here and we'll put one right up here. Because this zip tie is facing the wrong way. So we got to get rid of that motherfucker. And then we'll come down here. Yeah, guys, you know, like I said, I'm a stickler for having all the zip ties go the same way. I know that's a little hokey, but when you work on where I came from, like all the race car stuff, like, you know, everybody would check everybody's car out in the staging lanes. Like, the crew guys don't really give a fuck about a lot of stuff, but, like, you know, if you build a race car, you know, and one zip tie is out of, you know, different from all the rest, somebody will fucking notice it, you know, and then when you're out at the bar later, you know, they'll fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you're a fucking piece of shit, has a zip tie going the wrong way. But anyway, well, the driver should be happy. We got his extended thing on there, and the cruise control works. So then I guess we'll get ready. We'll move outside, and we will, we will start working on this AC compressor. So we'll see how far we can get on that tonight. All right, guys, this is the new condenser, and over here is the old one, and it broke this line right here. Now, the reason it broke this line is over here, up here, there's a little bracket. What the fuck did I do with the bracket? Oh, there's a little bracket up there. Did I set it here? What the hell did I do with my bracket? Oh, here it is. So it's this little bracket right here. You can see, and that snapped off. So we're gonna have to go weld this thing back up, because if not, it's just gonna keep breaking the condenser there. So, you know, that's what's wrong with the condenser. So they were kind of right that it was cracked in half. I didn't see that. Honestly, I wasn't paying that much attention. But anyway, so what I'll have to do is get all this stuff cleaned up. We'll get it welded up, and then I'll show you how the condenser goes back on. And then also, right here, I got to figure out how to fix this with the elongated hole. I'm thinking about just welding a washer onto this so it's got some support, so you know it can hold on there. But you know, this is fucked up. But you know, this is the story of my life. Fix junk, you know, run junk, fix more junk. Hold on here. Let me see if I can find the other side of that bracket. I wonder if it's in there. What the hell did I do with that thing? Shit, now I gotta find the bracket. But anyway, that's how that goes in there. And then it supports the radiator core, or the condenser. We did... There it is, right there. So we were doing this dirt job for a company I worked for, and it was just fucking rutted up. And so what happened was, is it, you know, probably just a little bit of vibration broke this, because it doesn't have very much rust in it. So it was probably broken for, you know, not that long. But we'll get it cleaned up here, and then I'll be back, and we will... you know, we'll put the condenser back on tonight and at least see if we can get this thing to take air conditioning, and I'll fix the whatever tomorrow. As you can see here, we got the bracket welded back up. Not bad. So now I got to figure out a place to put you so we can figure out how we're going to put all this shit back together here. So I'll kind of show you how this bracket goes. So this bracket goes in here like this. And put the bolt through, motherfucker. Wisher. Fuck, I'm just losing all kinds of shit today. I'll put it on the cart. Alrighty, now we'll go put the condenser in there. As I got you in here, I'm going to try to stay out of your way so you can see what I'm doing here and see that I actually fix shit. Fuck me. Fuck. Okay. Now, let me just get over here. I'll show you this one, and I'll see if I can get this thing to hold up here. It's you know, when you work by yourself, you'll figure out. Okay, we got that in. We'll get another one supported up here. You know, all that holds this condenser in here is basically 4 little bolts. So as you can see, 1/4 inch impact. What the fuck? Oh, you gotta be shitting me. These are fucking fine thread? And the other one was fucking coarse? Oh, what the fuck? Oh. Bullshit. This is bullshit, so I gotta find some fine thread bolts. Hold on. I had to run to the store and get metric bolts. Fucking stupid. Fucking metric. Metric's fucking retarded. Alright. Now that we're cooking with gas here, you know, fucking metric. Fuck. So, they must have changed these from quarter 20 to M6 is what the thread is on this. If anybody's out there working on any Freightliner parts, because that's basically what this is, you know. So we'll get that on there, and then I had to get a 10mm fucking socket. Fucking great. So we'll run this in. Okay guys, as you can see, we got that in. It's just 4 bolts that hold this thing on. So we'll go put the other shit on right now. Now we gotta put these in. And then these just go in there. And I like to just start these a little bit. Just to get this held in place. It seems to work out for me. Okay, so then you have to put this stupid thing in here, and you gotta kind of push these forward just like that, so it gets them clipped in there, and then we'll run the bolt in. Okay, now that we got that ran in there, we can start tightening up these lines. Fucking A. Oh, fuck. Forgot to do this first. Shit. This small one out here? No, hold on here. Alright guys, I fucked up and didn't bring the right wrench. So I got the right one now. I just needed a shorty here. So what we're doing is we're tightening this line up to the condenser here. Okay, now we'll come down here to the small one. Make sure we don't cross thread it and ruin a fucking $600 fucking shit. Okay. Finish. Tighten that up. And then what we'll do is run this one on. Okay, so we got everything hooked back up. Like I said, I'm not going to put the front grille on because we're going to see if we can get this thing to take a charge here, because we are fully empty and all that stuff. So we're going to see if it can take a charge here. We're fully ready for that point, and then see if we can get this compressor to come on. I don't think it's going to, but we'll see. Guys, I got all the system hooked up, everything ready to go. I got my line purged up. This is where it's going to get a little loud. Let's start this thing up and see if we get it to take some AC. All right, guys. Well, as I thought, the AC would not take, it would not take coolant. What it won't do is it won't turn the compressor on. So I think it has something to do with the temperature control switch. That thing kind of acted up last year, and I kind of just kind of bypassed it and kind of hot wired it there for a little bit, but it looks like that thing took a shit. So what I'm doing tonight is I'm just cleaning up the tools. I know a lot of people say I don't use this shit, but I'm showing you that I do, and this is what I do after every time that I use them. I clean them off, I look at them, I make sure that they're not fucked up, and I put them back where they fucking go. Now, I know that a lot of you probably think, oh, what the fuck? You know, this is just how I do it. You know, you're entitled to how you want to treat your shit. But again, this is how I treat mine. So I'm just putting this stuff away. Hopefully I can maybe get Jim to come over and help me. I'm going to change that switch tomorrow, and then we're going to try it. And then if not, we're going to have to do some serious troubleshooting, I think, to kind of figure out what the problem is. You know. So we'll revisit this tomorrow. That'll be Saturday, and we'll see if we can get this thing, you know, figured out. Fucked up my hammer. I don't like that. I fucked up my hammer. But anyway, so we'll have to get this shit fixed, because my employee wants AC bad. It's entirely too hot. But anyway, it's getting late, so I'm just going to clean this stuff up, and tomorrow we'll take the dash apart and figure out why the compressor won't turn on. As soon as the compressor turns on, it's going to work. I I have 100% feeling in that. We just got to get to the point that it can turn the compressor on. So we'll come back and check that out later. So what was wrong with the air conditioning was, well, obviously the condenser was cracked. And what it ended up being was the magnet clutch on the compressor went bad. So there's a little bit of video before this kind of showing me just changing it real quick. Once we figured out what it was, I had to call Jim to help me. I couldn't figure out, you know, I couldn't get it to supply power, and it ohmed out about the same. It just wouldn't work. So we slapped a new one on there, which I had, got the belts tight, and now we have air conditioning. So all I have left to do is finish this project, is put the grill back in and all that stuff. The motor sounds good, so we're not going to run the overhead at this particular time. We are just going to run it. It sounds pretty good. Once we figured out the ECU issue, which was right here, one of these plugs, the connector in there was no good, and it was just given like a weird fault signal when Jim hooked her up to the Cummins Insight on the computer. It kept giving us this weird code. So we finally got that figured out, you know, the other day. I actually had to take it to Jim's shop because I don't have the computer, and the Cummins software is pretty expensive, and they had it. So it was just a couple $100 for him to figure out what it was. But, you know, we waited for the AC when we got back here, like I said. So we'll get you set up. Yeah.
Grass or whatever. I mean, literally, dude, as far as you could fucking see for miles was black where they had burned. Intentionally burned it off. I don't know why.
Okay. All right, Jim, you want to jump up here?
Just plug it in.
Oh, is it energized already?
Should have let that thing.
Yeah, it went right to the center.
To the center.
Oh, where's that 3/8 rack? Oh, you got it up here. Where is the? Where's the 3/8?
This line up where I don't think you brought me a ratchet.
Oh, okay.
It's that trailer, it ain't the truck. I mean, they're fucking fine. Yeah, remember, there's only 17-inch wheels that's on that trailer.
Yeah, that's true. That's.
You know what I'm saying? It's a non-stop motherfucker.
Up here, and we'll figure out how to, you know, shoot me putting this grill back on and all that stuff. And then I got to vacuum out the cab and just clean it up a little bit so Nick's happy driving down the road Monday. So as you can see, we got the grill back in there. I just got to get some bolts and figure out how to get everything lined up here. Oh. Fuck, when you get old, man, it sucks. Fucking work on these goddamn things. But, you know, like, I'll take a minute here to talk to you guys. I know that, you know, this dump truck stuff, a lot of people think it's easy. It really ain't, man. I mean, it takes a lot of my time. Like, it's now Saturday, and I'm down here, you know, working on this garbage, you know, all day. Shit. Yeah, when you're down here working on this junk every day, you know, it gets kind of repetitive, you know. because you fix a lot of the same things over and over again. It's just that that's the, you know, weak point of all this shit. So we're just trying to get it more. There's that. I couldn't tell you how much money I've spent on bolts because I really don't like to reuse them. I know that that sounds fucked up, but whatever. Okay. It's hot as fuck in this shop, to be honest with you. Forgot tools. Alrighty guys, as you can see, this is how it holds on. So I got the bolts in there and you know, it's pretty sturdy. So we got that project done. Now we'll just move on to vacuuming it and stuff like that. That's really all I got today. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Sorry I didn't get much more filming of changing that compressor. Me and Jim got bullshitting and stuff like that, and so I just forgot to film it. But that's what we, you know, now we have air conditioning, cruise control, everything works. But anyway, remember, go to the SnapOnJunkie.com, go to my Instagram page, the Snap-on Junkie on Instagram, and that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys.